So you guys both wrote book club. It's kind of an interesting and unique premise. How did you come up with it?
Erin. Well, I was sending, in 2012, these books started to hit the zeitgeist and everyone was talking about them. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to send the trilogy to my mother for Mother's Day.
Yeah. And he also, so we were working together and I found out that he was sending this trilogy to her and I thought that was pretty funny. And he told me that his mom is like, you know, confident, sexy woman dating. And I was like, that is amazing. I am also going to send these to my mom for Mother's Day. And then I thought, well, why not? I'll send them to my stepmom also. So the next day, we had the idea.
Yeah, we sent them to our mothers and then started talking about our mothers and then that was it.
Yeah, we were just talking about the different, you know, different ways of living your life in that chapter, you know, at a certain age and the differences and we really,
exactly.
Huh?
No pun intended.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome. Obviously, this cast is legendary, and every single person in this movie is an icon. Talk to me about the process of how you got the script into these people's hands, who signed on first, and was this the cast you had in mind when you wrote the script?
It's so interesting. So when we wrote the first draft of the script, the name Diane was Diane because we were writing it with Diane Keaton in mind. She was sort of the archetype for the character. The original name for Jane's character was Jane in the script. We wrote it with Jane in mind, and the idea that, you know, you eventually get to send it to these people and they eventually say yes is still, it's like, as a writer, when you are living in that sort of tunnel, you're like, you never think that's going to happen. And here it is. And, you know, to look at the poster and like have these people.
Yeah. I always knew.
But we did. We wrote it specifically for them and it's.
And Candice was just, you know, we got together one day and the name came up and it was like instant.
Yeah.
And there was, people were throwing out all kinds of names, but I mean, Candice Bergen, I'm a huge fan. Always was a huge fan, and it just felt so. You just know, and thank God she read it and said, 100% I'm in.
So who signed on first?
Diane Keaton.
Can you believe it?
I know.
Yeah. And so then, of course, you've got Diane. So then when you go to Jane, you say, well, Diane's in the movie. We really love you to be in the movie. But that doesn't always make the difference. So, but it was helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, sending a script out with Diane Keaton attached.
Helpful.
Very helpful.
Yeah.
But we had to get her first.
And when you have all four of these, casting the guys was like, I mean, we were getting incoming calls, which was pretty nice.
Yes, we were. That was really cool.
You know,
That's
really
incredible.
cool.
So obviously this is like a laugh a minute in the theater. Everybody was laughing like almost the entire way through. So I would imagine as the writers and the producers, like, and the director, it's sort of hard to choose one moment. But what is a moment that comes to your mind is like just the funniest moment on set?
Oh gosh.
Funniest moment on set.
Like when everyone was just dying, laughing.
I mean, there's just a couple of lines, like when Candice says, I don't want to ruin it, but, you know, a couple lines in the book club where it's amazing to write the script and then to watch these actors come in and nail a line, like the way you always dreamed that they would. So there was a lot of those where you're just, you know, I do think there was something where we were bursting out laugh.
I will say this, the beats that are sort of the broader comedy beats on the page, you never know if those are really going to work. And when they do, you are so
Craig
thankful.
in the kitchen, we're not going to say what happens.
But
that ending, that was a huge laugh on set.
Yeah, and that was one of those that, like, on set, we were shooting the scene, and towards the end of shooting it, I said, "Hey, what if you, you know, do this?" And like, and it's one of my favorite moments.
So the crew was shocked.
Yeah.
We didn't tell, you know, I didn't even know.
It was one of my favorite moments.
Yeah.
You know, it's obviously a really funny movie, and it has a lot of appeal to a lot of different audiences. What are some things that you think audiences are going to come away with that they might not be expecting? Because there are a lot of layers to this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, one of the things that we really set out to do with this movie was, you know, celebrate the theme of friendship. And, you know, I think the movie has a lot more heart than people are expecting, given what the subject matter is. And I think that friendship and that connectivity that is so important and so significant in lives right now, but also getting sort of challenged by technology and the way that people are living, I think that's something that we really were excited to sort of put on screen, and we hope people are taking some, you know, some value in that.
Yeah, and I hope that you come away feeling this sense of hope that you didn't necessarily feel before about getting older, and that it's not, maybe not as scary as everybody thinks it is, and that you can keep living your best life and be funny and fun, and, you know.
We love the idea in these times, like, to have an optimistic view and like to look forward in a positive way. And so it's like, I don't know, for us it's like
we're
that
very much
optimism
into looking forward and not back.
Yeah.
So that's what we hope people take away.